So 3 space.
No.
And now for our feature presentation.
Okay, everybody, once again, it's time for the Jeopardy! Game number 18 for the Super Nintendo, which so far in this run I've achieved $553,800. Just $46,200 away from $600 grand, and it's not at all impossible to level break that amount in this game. Let's find out what happens. You know what? We'll just go with Aber. We'll just go with that instead of the S. Jeopardy round. 6 categories are snakes, literature, American history, history, math, and finally, 20th century personalities. 2 history categories back to back. Interesting. Snakes 100, please.
The answer is...
Also called the horned viper or Egyptian cobra, it was the kiss of death for Cleopatra. What is an asp? Snakes for 200.
The answer is...
The heaviest of all poisonous snakes, this rattler isn't a girl's best friend. What is a diamondback? Snakes for 300.
The answer is...
A spitting cobra aims its poison at this part of the victim. What is the eye? What are the eyes? Correct again. Snakes 400.
The answer is...
Small horned desert rattler named for its unique twisting method of locomotion. Okay, small horned desert rattler named for its unique twisting method of locomotion. What is the... Oh boy. What is it called? I can't remember. I'll just say, what is the twister? No. I'll lose a little money there. Let's see if Rob knows this any better than I do. The Sidewinder. Oh, yeah. Did not know that one, but that's okay. We're going to keep going. American History 100.
The answer is...
The first soldier buried in this national cemetery was a Confederate prisoner who died in 1864. What is Arlington National Cemetery? Crap. It's more like it. American History 200, please.
The answer is...
Secretary of Defense through much of the 60s, the Vietnam War was sometimes called his war. Sue. Robert McNamara. $200 now, Sue. Where to? Snakes for 500.
The answer is...
Red and yellow, kill the fellow, refers to coloring patterns found on this dangerous snake. Rob. The coral snake. Oh, yeah. He increases his lead. Let's keep it going. 20th Century Personalities, 100.
The answer is...
He was awarded the 1983 Nobel Peace Prize for nonviolent efforts to win Polish rights. Who was Lech Walesa? I'll take 20th Century Personalities for 200.
The answer is
This producer's search for Scarlett O'Hara ended with the discovery of Vivian Leigh. Who is David O. Selznick? '20th Century Personalities for 300.
the answer is
In 1952, Einstein was offered and turned down the presidency of this country. What is Israel? '20th Century Personalities 400.
the answer is
The name of this third Secretary General of the UN translates roughly to Mr. Clean. Who was Utant? He's the one. 20th Century Personalities for 500, please.
the answer is
He served as Secretary of the Army under Kennedy and later as Secretary of State for Carter. Who was Cyrus Vance? He's the one. I'll have American history for 300.
the answer is
Western state which entered the Union as a result of the Compromise in 1850. What is California? American history for 400.
the answer is
Though he directed the team that made the first atomic bomb, he opposed making the hydrogen bomb. Rob. He doesn't know.
You failed.
Miserably. Sue. J. Robert Oppenheimer. Yep. $600 now, Sue. You're in second place. Where are we going? Literature, 100.
the answer is
To supplement his income, this MD wrote A Study in Scarlet. Who was, Arthur Conan Doyle. I'll take literature for 200.
the answer is
Pseudonym of poet George William Russell, or first initials of poet Hausman. Rob. A.E. Yep. Now Rob takes second place. Literature 3.
the answer is
Through there. Her father assumed the name Barrett when he inherited slave plantations in the West Indies. Who is Elizabeth Barrett Browning? Take literature for 400, please.
the answer is
Angered by American piracies of his novels, he put down the U.S. in his Martin Chuzzlewit. Who was Charles Dickens? I'll take literature for 500, please.
the answer is
His modest proposal of 1729 was to cure Ireland's overpopulation by using babies as food. Sue. Jonathan Swift. Now Sue's in second place. Math, 100.
the answer is
The total price in dollars and cents of 5 2-bit haircuts. What is $1.25? Math for 200.
the answer is
Total number of humps of 1 Bactrian camel and 2 dromedaries. What is 4? Math for 3.
the answer is
A Google is this the number written as 1 followed by this many zeros. What is 100? Math 400.
The answer is
1.73 is the approximate square root of this number. Ah, Rob, you had the nerve to lock me out. He got it. It's 3. So now he and Sue are tied. American History 500.
the answer is
Last name of the first American in space. What is Shepard? Math for 500.
the answer is
The next number in the series of 1, 3, 6, 10. What is 15? So we know the Daily Double is in the history category. Is it in the $100 clue?
the answer
No, it's
is
not. This nation's conquistadors called the New World El Dorado. What is Spain? $200.
the answer is
Signal to kill a vanquished gladiator, it imitated a sword thrust. What is a thumbs down? $300. Daily double. I'm in the lead with $4,800. How much of that do I want to put at risk? All of it. This will take me up to $9,600 if I get it right. Here's the clue. Century of both the American and French Revolutions. What is the 18th? $9,600! History 400.
the answer is
The Treaty of Vereening ended this conflict, which was more interesting than it sounded. What is the Boer War? And that's going to put me up in the 5 figures at $10,000. Last clue.
the answer is
The number of days between Napoleon's return from Elba and his final defeat. What is 100? So at the end of the Jeopardy round, I'm at 10,500. Rob and Sue are tied at 1,100 apiece. If I keep going at this rate, I could say hello to $600,000 in no time. Let's go to Double Jeopardy.
here are the categories.
Our categories are going to be TV, police work, art, plastics, baseball, and finally, the 20th century. These are pretty good categories. We had 20th century personalities in the Jeopardy round. Now we have the 20th century in Double Jeopardy. Plastics, 200.
The answer is
In July 8, 1988, Soviet Olympic Committee head Yuri Titov was issued the first soft card. One of these. What's a credit card? Plastics, 400.
the answer is
In 1868, John W. Hyatt created the first celluloid to replace the ivory balls used in this sport. What is billiards? Plastics for 600.
the answer is
Meaning upon oxygen, it's any of the reasons that form a strong adhesion. What is an epoxy? Plastics for 800. Daily double. One of the 2 in the round, and I have 11,700. How much am I going to risk? All of it. Here's the clue. In 1988, this Danish city made out of little plastic bricks celebrated its 20th anniversary. What is the Legoland? $23,400. Plastics, 1,000.
the answer is
The plastic fiber that was the title of a 1981 film starring the late Divine. What is polyester? TV for 200.
the answer is
Nickname for the Pacific Princess. It was also the name of a series. What is the Love Boat? TV for 400.
The answer is.
Rhoda, Phyllis, and Lou Grant were all spun off this series. What is the Mary Tyler Moore Show? $25,000 now. TV for $600.
The answer is.
According to the title, how Anne Romano brought up Julia and Barbara. Let's see if Rob knows this any better than I do. One day at a time, and that's correct. Rob is on a roll. Let's keep going. The 20th century for $200. The other Daily Double. Well, he's going to go all in, even though it won't really do him much good. Here's the clue. In 1950, its command in Korea included the U.S. 8th Army and the Republic of Korea Army, and it's the United Nations. Doubles his money to $3,400. There are no more Daily Doubles up there. Let's keep going. 20th century 400.
The answer is.
Albania declared itself independent of this empire in November 1912. What is the Ottoman? '20th century for $600.
The answer is.
In June 1947, 90 tons of food were sent to war-ravaged Italy by this Argentine president. Who is Juan Perón? '20th century for $800.
The answer is.
Born in a Tennessee log cabin, Cordell Hull held this cabinet post from 1933 to 1944. Sue. And Sue doesn't know. She's down to $300. See if Rob knows this any better than I do. Secretary of State. That's the one. $4,200 for Rob. Now let's keep it going. Television 800 or TV 800.
The answer
Whatever
is.
you want to call it. Betty Davis checked into and out of this series. What is Hotel? TV for $1,000.
The answer is.
Laura Holt's Iron Man, played by Pierce Brosnan. Rob. And he doesn't know. Sue. Remington Steele. Yep. 1,300 now. Where to? Police work. 200.
The answer is.
Job held by the Beatles. Lovely Rita. What is a meter maid? Police work for 400.
The answer is.
Interpol is headquartered in this capital city. What is... It's either Stockholm or Paris. Was Stockholm? No, it's Paris. I always get this clue wrong. I don't know why. Yeah, Paris. That's right. Oh well. The 20th century 1,000.
The answer is.
In 1927, the Supreme Court ruled the lease of these Wyoming oil reserves fraudulent. What is Teapot Dome? That's right. Police work for 600.
The answer is.
In Old England, he was Reeve of the Shire. Today, he is this. What is Sheriff? I'll take police work for 800.
The answer is.
What SWAT stands for? What SWAT stands for? What is Special Weapons and Tactics? I'll take police work for 1,000.
The answer is.
It's a dog's life in the branch of this police force. What is K9? 30 grand now. Art for 200.
The answer is.
He painted old women of Arles as well as young women of Tahiti. Was Paul Gauguin? Art for 400.
The answer is.
Tesserae are the small cubes or shaped pieces held in place by plaster, cement, or putty in one of these. What is a mosaic? Art for 600.
The answer is.
He painted bird illustrations in addition to writing poems about birds like the owl and the pussycat. Sue. Edward Lear. Keep it going. Baseball, 200.
The answer is.
League that has won the All-Star Game 20 of the last 22 times. Sue. Oh. The National League, and that was my guess, but that's okay. Not too worried about it. Art for 800.
The answer is.
Term collectors use for the total number of prints made from one plate during one printing. Sue. Oh, an edition, yep. Art for 1,000.
The answer is.
The art form Surrealism began as a literary movement inspired by this French movement. Sue. Dadaism. 4 clues left, folks. Baseball, 400.
The answer is.
Here's the clue. Courts once upheld local ordinances banning night games in this team's ballpark. Who are the Chicago Cubs? $600.
The answer is.
Of Buck Rogers, Flash Gordon, and James T. Kirk, the one who currently manages the Montreal Expos. Who is, Buck Rogers? $800.
The answer is.
A young boy supposedly said, "Say it ain't so, Joe," to him after the Black Sox scandal. Who is, Shoeless Joe Jackson? Last clue.
The answer is.
In 1920, Cleveland shortstop Ray Chapman became the only major leaguer to whom this happened in a game. Rob. What is being killed? And at the end of the double Jeopardy round, Rob has 4,600, Sue 3,900, and me a whopping $32,400. The money just keeps piling up. And this time around, for our final Jeopardy, our category is going to be rivers. I'm feeling pretty gutsy. I'm betting all 32-4. It carries more water than the largest rivers in Asia, Africa, and North America combined. It's the Amazon. $64,800 going into my account right now. My Jeopardy SNES account, I should say, anyway. So, Jay, Nick, I currently have over $600,000.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, $618,600 to be exact.
Final Jeopardy answer is.
Show us the Amazon. Got it. Did Sue get the Amazon? She did. She goes to 5,800. Did Rob come up with the Amazon? He did. He's going up to 8,200. And I, of course, said the Amazon. Bringing me to $64,800. And as I just mentioned, what started out as $10,000 in my run for this game has now turned into $618,600. And a 19th game is most definitely guaranteed. I'll see y'all for it coming soon.